Okay, ladies and gents, so we have another update about the case of Young Thug, and he was once again denied bond. That's right. So basically, what this means is that he's going to remain in jail until his trial begins, and whether or not he's going to be able to beat the case, I think that it's going to be a very slim chance that he's going to be able to beat this case. And let me explain to you about why. Now, I don't mean to sound pessimistic here, but apparently, from what I've heard, is that people could be testifying against Young Thug. So basically, if they're going to testify against him, then it's going to make it even more difficult for him to try and get a win here in this case, because obviously, the charges and the allegations are looking like they are absolutely serious and even crazier, because apparently when they were searching Young Thug's home, they basically found a bunch of weapons in his house, basically including fully auto AR rifles. Basically, in other words, they found Call of Duty weapons inside his house, and now they are using that as one of the examples. Well, the prosecution is using that as one of the examples of why they, want to convince the judge to deny Young Thug bond. And they've also have presented text messages from like 2015, where apparently the judge read, I think it was the judge that read one of the text messages that basically, was revealed that Young Thug apparently threatened people that, were going to, that he believed were going to double cross him and all that stuff. So obviously that is another example that they used in this trial as a way to, prove to the judge and convince him that, Young Thug, basically, if he gets released on bond, that he could do, that he could do some dangerous stuff, if that makes sense. But however, his lawyers were trying to even convince the judge, that to allow him bail, and that he wasn't going to have any access to the internet or, or use a phone and all that stuff. But one interesting thing that I've heard from the trial was that, apparently Young Thug, he FaceTimed a lot, and he gave a lot of orders via FaceTime. So obviously these things are looking even more crazier. And it looks to me that the prosecution has a solid amount of evidence against a Young Thug. And it seems to me that they are really trying to, put him away in jail and, basically make an example out of him, especially in RICO charges and all that stuff. And right now, man, this stuff is just getting even more crazy, And it seems to me right now that Young Thug, he could have potentially just thrown his life away, especially after that second time that his bond got denied. So does this mean that his rap career is officially over? Well, that's what it might seem like, unless he takes a plea deal, because in this situation like this, I think it might be difficult for him to beat this case, even though, hey, quick disclaimer, I'm not a legal expert, but it's just based off the amount of evidence that they presented to the judge against Young Thug of how he had Call of Duty-like weapons in his house, and how apparently he threatened people, and even he threatened people's families if they double-crossed him. So I think those are the two main reasons that already convinced the judge to deny him bond and have him locked up in jail until his trial begins. So, I mean, right now, man, hey, it's not looking good for Young Thug here, and it seems to me right now that these charges are really serious, including the ones that apparently where he rented a car that was used in the murder of a rival gang member from, like, I think, what was it, 2015? Yeah, I believe it was 2015. So obviously all these charges seems like are looking absolutely overwhelming for Young Thug. And, his lawyers are probably going to have to really put their skills to the next level if they really want to be able to, if they want to try and get him acquitted of the charges.